But I can tell you, absolutely and without equivocation, that the tide is turning in our direction.
Organizing is working.
And my colleagues will tell me, oh, I've never had this many calls about Palestine. I just want you all to know they are getting these reports out.
I need you to know that it works. That is the only way that my colleagues are tracking the number of calls from their constituents.
There are no people outside of the people of Gaza that are more in the middle of it than you. It's a tone of responsibility that we all need to hear.
When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala facilitates a reality like Palestine, it is a call to action. And these means that are being facilitated for us are one of the means that we can utilize to fulfill that divine call to action that I don't have actually the luxury to just sit idly by.
If I had to say 4 or 5 organizing tools that make a difference, phone banking would make that list. It's an old tool that still really works.
I know people roll their eyes at calling their member of Congress. You're rolling your eyes because people in power want you to roll your eyes.
Do everything you can to contact your members of the House and the Senate.
Just because it's a voicemail, do not think it is documented.
I know that there are days where you feel like you're leaving voice messages, you're not hearing back, and it may feel like it's not working. I need you to know that it works.
The impact that this phone banking has been having upon elected officials and the critical nature of volume is so important for us to understand how one of the dynamics of how politics works. It's about numbers, it's about volume.
It does matter. Even if your member of Congress doesn't respond to you, you should know that they know that you are calling.
I'm still surprised at how much of a difference it makes.
I want to thank the Muslim Civic Coalition and all of the leaders across the country who every day are picking up the phone and calling your House representatives, asking them to do the right thing, to call for a ceasefire.
We're here for a reason. If we are not challenging this evil with every fiber of our being, then we are complicit.
Prophet says, "Man ra'a minkum munkaran falyughayyirhu." Those of you who see something that is munkar, that is rejected, that is wrong, then you have to change it. I can't just sit there and watch something wrong happen and not use the means that I have to speak, to talk, to act, to write, to call, whatever those means are. I have to utilize them.
I want all of you to be able to go to bed at night knowing that you used your time, your energy, your skills. You use whatever you knew to do to try to make a difference.
It's not cool or trendy to be cynical. It doesn't make you more knowledgeable or better than anybody else saying, oh, calling your member of Congress is pointless. The war machine's going to go on. That is an excuse to do nothing, to just tweet from your couch.
Because we were sitting at home sleeping, saying we don't want to use that power, we didn't recognize it. And then we ask ourselves later, why don't our representatives care about us? You don't even move, Yahi. You don't even use the power. You don't even put the effort in.
We'll sit at home, licking our wounds, sad, distraught. But while others who are advocating for their cause, they'll be present. They'll show up. They'll come to a town hall meeting. They'll make the calls. They'll bombard the media, etc.
Just keep using your breath for the people of Gaza, inshallah ta'ala.
We are going to need your help.
Now is the time to get up and to engage our community.
As a citizen of the United States, I have a particular window of capacity to advocate, to call, to push, to pressure, to vote in, vote out, all of these methods.
It's easy for any of us to say, the genocide is still continuing. How is it making a difference? Congressional candidates and people in Congress are changing their votes, are changing their positions, are seeing things differently. You have to see that all of us are like loosening the lid on the jar a little bit at a time.
More and more Americans, and in fact, more and more members of the Senate and the House, understand that we have got to stand up to the right-wing extremist war policies of Netanyahu and his government.
There is no place in the world that is causing more pain to our people in Gaza than our government.
God expects me to utilize the means that I have, no matter how seemingly insignificant they may be, seemingly insignificant.
I want you to have confidence of knowing that you tried everything you knew every single day, and this should be one of the things you do.
We cannot be implicit in the terrible, terrible situation in Gaza where so many innocent people are dying or starving.
I don't promise you that you will succeed in what you're about to do, but I can promise you one thing, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always in control in every single second that passes on this earth. That Allah holds the fate of the world in His hands. Allah will never humiliate this ummah so long as it strives for what is right. All Allah asks of us is to move, and He will handle the rest.